Years passed. Sudama's days were passing by in the heat of poverty, but Krishna had become the ruler of Dwarka. One day, sitting on his throne in the royal palace of Dwarka, Krishna smiled, remembering an old incident involving his childhood friend, Sudama. Just then, the gatekeeper arrived and announced in a trembling voice, "Your Majesty, a very poor, ragged Brahmin has arrived at the gate. He is clad in rags, his feet bare and covered in dust. When we asked his name, he told us his name was Sudama and said that he was Krishna's friend." On hearing this, Dwarka's ruler, Krishna's heart was filled with joy. Forgetting the dignity of his throne, he ran barefoot. Reaching the main gate, he embraced Sudama tightly. Tears of love flowed from the eyes of both friends. Part 4. The bundle of sesame seeds and rice and the old reproach. Bringing Sudama inside the palace, Krishna washed his feet with his own hands, seated him on his throne, and, along with Rukmini, welcomed him. At the time of departure, Sudama hesitantly tried to hide his torn bundle, containing a small amount of rice given by his wife Sushila. The omniscient Krishna understood everything. He snatched the bundle and said, "Friend, your habits haven't changed. Even as a child, you used to sneak gram from me, and today you've brought me this gift and are hiding it." With this, Krishna lovingly ate a grain of rice from the bundle and handed over the prosperity of Dwarka to Sudama. When Sudama returned to his village, he found a grand palace standing in place of his dilapidated hut. But even amidst all that grandeur, that childhood cold, that night and that sound of chewing gram remained immortal in the hearts of both friends forever. Scene: Sudama's new city. Memories of Sandipani Ashram. Sudama stood speechless. Where his dilapidated hut once stood, a gold-studded palace glittered. The villagers, who once scorned him, now stood with folded hands to welcome him. But Sudama's feet felt heavy amidst all this splendor. It wasn't the glitter of the palaces that echoed in his mind, but Krishna's last words on his return from Dwarka. "Friend, I have given you wealth, but remember, I have not taken away your friendship." "Dialogue, Sudama," mindfully looking out the huge window of his new palace, staring at a remaining grain of rice in his hand. "Kanhaya, you gave Dwarka, you also eradicated Sudama's poverty. But you forgot that this fakir's greatest wealth was the rebuke you used to give him when he secretly ate gram in his childhood. There's enough silence to echo in these golden palaces, but where can I find the rain from Sandipani's Gurukul? And you're teasing." Just then, Sushila, wearing a silk dress, enters the room with tears of joy and surprise in her eyes. Sushila: "Swami, look, God has taken away all our troubles. Now we don't lack anything. Why are you so quiet? Do you still hesitate to ask Dwarkadish for something?" Sudama, looking at his wife with a faint smile. Hesitation? Sushila, who has the strength to ask anything from Kanhaya. He gave everything without even asking. But, to tell you the truth, as long as we were poor, Krishna belonged only to me. Now that he has given me a portion of Dwarka, I fear that this wealth might widen the distance between us, like that of childhood friends. Sushila puts her hand on Sudama's shoulder, her voice firm. "You are forgetting, Swami, that Dwarkadish may have become the master of the entire universe, but in that forest of Sandipani Ashram, on that cold night, the gram given by Gurumata belongs solely to Sudama. That relationship does not need a palace." Conclusion: eternal friendship. Sudama took a deep breath. He closed his eyes and once again saw the banks of the Yamuna, the hut of Guru Sandipani, and the pale face of Krishna.